Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at Mono Blue Tempo, a deck that I wanted to revisit once I had a full playset of Enduring Curiosities, because this card is very good, actually. I wasn't quite sure how good it would feel in Standard, because it is 4 mana and etc, 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 but just like flash 4/3 that gives you a body and a curiosity effect and stuff has felt great. It is tremendous value against, like, mono black decks or whatever that have to spend spot removal to deal with it, or it can trade with an unstoppable slasher and you still get the curiosity thing while they just have a, like, sleepy tapped creature. And yeah, there's a bunch of kind of play patterns surrounding Enduring Curiosity that have meant that it just feels good, so I've been very happy with it. Another big gain for this archetype, and in particular the kind of like counter-free way that I play Mono Blue Tempo with Duskmourn, has been Silent Hall Creeper. Just all of the modes on this are good, basically. Unblockable threats, cool and good. A nice play pattern that's available to us here is like copying the Curiosity or copying a Sleep Cursed Fairy. Because of the way the copy works, it won't have the stun counters on it, so that's pretty neat. We have 4 Plume-Creed Escorts in the deck as a form of protection. It's a way to put more bodies on the board, and also blank spot removal, and yeah, it's a good little bird. We also have 2 Malcolms, which can just help us filter through our deck. If we're drawing a bunch of islands or whatever off of the Curiosity effect, Malcolm can toss them, and that's been helpful. We have a pile of Elusive Otters in the list as well, just as a cheap prowess threat. We want a lot of 1-drops in the list for triggering the Curiosity effect. People always ask, well, no green mana? You can put in green mana if you want to. I don't, because the best way to splash for green mana in a list like this is with the Pain lands, the untapped pay 1 life to tap for a green whatever lands, and those lands are the worst in this deck's worst matchup, which is to say mono red. So I don't like making the worst matchup even worse. I prefer to have like a more balanced kind of matchup spread against the field. So that's why this is like this. We have a full playset of Enter the Enigmas in the list as well. This is just in the list because it's a cantrip, although it is actually useful for ensuring that we get Enduring Curiosity triggers either with the cat itself or with, like, the Elusive Otter if it's not big enough to meet its own evasion clause versus the opposing board. We have 4 Into the Floodmaws, which are just a useful form of primarily creature bounce, although bouncing things like Temporary Lockdown or Leyline Binding can be very good. I already sort of mentioned Sleep Cursed Fairies, just massively overstated 1-drop. It is sleepy, it is like not great versus mono red or whatever, but just the raw efficiency of the card means that it's pretty useful in terms of developing the board in a mana efficient manner. We're playing for Sleight of Hands, just as more cantrips and ways to like get through the deck, get to the kitties and stuff. And 4 Spyglass Sirens, again just another evasive 1-drop that can help us curve out and get curiosity triggers and so on. 2 Take the Falls as well, which are in here mostly as like a turbo Xerox cantrip, like, again, get to cats type of include. Although we do have the Pirates in the deck that can make the kind of empowered mode of it actually active, and that can be relevant in like defending against mono red or something. We keep the mana base simple because aside from the Otter thing, we are pretty pip dense, and playing like Fountain Ports or something in a deck that has a lot of single pip cards can be rough. So yeah, that's more or less the deck. If you like the deck and like the video, like, subscribe, etc. Helps the channel a lot. If you want to support the channel even more, you can dig around in the description, and follow me on Twitch, support me on Patreon, become a YouTube member. If you're buying Magic cards, you can buy them through Card Trader using my link and code. You get a little discount, I get a little kickback. It's cool and good. All that rambling out of the way, let's get on to some actual gameplay. Sure. We've got 1-drops, we've got cantrips. Yeah, anyway, keep 7. Yeah, we just play a bunch of sorcery speed stuff, and no counter spells. Hey, cat. Speak of the kitty. Develop with the Sleep Cursed Fairy because it's sleepy. It is slow, big mood. Now, bet. Someone in a prior game did not take the Enduring Curiosity, which felt weird to me. They might opt to take Into the Floodmaw, just because it's interaction that can bounce the bat and let us get the cat anyway, but Yeah, I don't know. That's like a turn 5 play? Plumecreed Escort. They want their removal to resolve. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorcery speed. Island for cat. And then there's an otter. Turn 3 we can hold up the Floodmaw for bouncing the... Wait, Spyglass Siren? Okay. Disfigure in this economy? Well. We vibin'. Yeah, Floodmaw the Bat, get the Plumecreed Escort. I don't know if they'll try to... Hi, Unstoppable Slasher. Good to see you, good to have you. Bounce the Bat. Get the Plumecreed Escort and play it so that we have a thing for the cat. No blocks. Part of what impressed me about Enduring Curiosity was that in a game before I went live, I just blocked an Unstoppable Slasher with it. And it was like, good tempo. Because we kept the Curiosity effect and their big spooky boy got sleepy for a couple turns. And we just overwhelmed them with card draw. I'm hoping for a repeat here, but we'll see what we can do. Mep. Fairy Mastermind, sure. The disrespect. Yuta Takahashi in shambles. Anyway, this stuff happens. We go to 16, Slasher Sleepy. Speaking of, I mean, we don't even have to bounce that one. We can just sorcery speed this one and draw a bunch of cards. Kind of expecting that they'll trade the Bat, which I think I'm fine with. We still draw enough cards that, like, going down a creature is okay. Otter. Land. Okay. I think we hold up Floodmaw. I think we hold up Floodmaw. We could develop with the Otter. It's just like a little bit fiddly. That's a really low impact play, which is nice for us, because we can just bounce it and go like, what you gonna do now? I've got more cat. Want to see how many cards I can draw, opponent? So anyway, I started catting. Vroom vroom. Opponent to 10 and we draw 6. Why is this cat like this? Discard down to 7. How much do we care about that? I think we want to play out the Creeper. There's some value to holding up the flash creatures here, particularly the Plumecreed Escort for protecting stuff. But the Creeper really wants to attack. We're not like that sad if something gets shot. And yeah. No, we're doing okay. The Bat staring at this hand like, welp. Guess I'll eat the hummingbird. Opponent trying their best to clock us. Let's enter the Enigma. Cat can't be blocked this turn. Ooh, another enter the Enigma, that's fun. Other cat can't be blocked this turn. Do we have... I guess we can just fish for stuff and try to get an Into the Floodmaw, so we can bounce the Bat. And then we can kill them. Whee! I like that turn. This is a good turn. Good games to the opponent. We've got hummingbirds and a sleepy fairy. Get the sleepy lad out there. I do like the Eldraine fairies, or like the weird kind of branch head thing. Whatever you would call that motif. Heartfire Hero, clap, clap, click a clap. I don't know if they're going to try to interact with us at all. First mono red I've gotten on this deck. Or, you know. Oh, mouse? It's probably Boros then, yeah. This might be a problem. We've been, out of the game so far, we've been absolutely feasting on the, like, slow, Deep Cavern Bats type of decks. A deck that can actually kill us, though? Or, like, is actually trying to do anything before turn 4? Ah! Opponent. They're tapped out. They're tapped out. We should take this, actually. Maybe I'm... We really like the Hall Creeper, but I respect the Heartfire Hero. They're a hero, after all. Sleight of hand. Well, that's one way to get an island into hand. Can we get another island into hand? Floodpit's Drowner. Interesting. Maybe. That's a good card to call out. I think I kind of forgot about it in building. Or not forgot about it, I just kind of went / focused on 1-mana creatures for cat triggers, or like cat enabling. And maybe is good. Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. That card has a lot of text on it. We should block Seedclave Mentor. Take the fall. Hard to admit that I took the fall. Portraiture in the human form? Doodle of a 2-headed unicorn? Fairy Wizard, Bird Scout, no outlaws. Okay. Think we'll get to eat the Emberheart Challenger for free? We can try. Yeah, that's what we're doing here, is trying to kind of play defense. They target the Emberheart Challenger, I would assume. Yeah, they get the Valiant trigger. It becomes a 3/3. Sleepy Fairy, not so sleepy. And also take the fall. We eat the Challenger. Okay. Reasonably good turn. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Play out more 1-drops. Do a think. Do a violence, because we do eventually need to start killing them. Might be able to just play the Plumecrete Escorts as removal, or that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Like, just flash 2, unblock something. Heartfire Hero, ooh! Mouse opponent runs out of steam, / if I'm guessing why they scooped there, I think their hand has no, Valiant enabling in it. So they're just stuck playing, like, 1/1s into this. And, yeah. Good games to the opponent? Sure. We've got the sleepy lad, we've got the cat. This is just goals. Just being sleepy with cat. Oh, to be sleepy with cat. We're on the draw into red, so let's see how dead we are. Might of the Meek. Yeah, more traditional aggressive deck, or like more meta than the mouse list. So, this might be rough. Floodmaw is genuinely a very good draw. Malcolm? The Creeper is the more powerful card. Malcolm can function better as pseudo removal, more initial toughness, and is flash. Floodmaw. We do have the Plumecrete Escort, but I'm expecting a need for redundancy. Flip, we go to 12. The sleight of hand? Land? Land. We need cat. Or I would really like cat, anyway. I think we hold up Malcolm or the Plumecrete. They're pretty interchangeable. I'm not expecting good blocks here, but we might be able to do a useful defensive block. No, we can't, can we? Because they just do a bonk. Only taking 2 there is wild? Why? What? Yeah. No, that makes sense from them. Malcolm. So, we can sorcery speed the cat to draw a card. That seems, We can develop with the other cards in our hand. Do we want to keep Malcolm on blocks? Malcolm on blocks is a little bit weird. We want to keep up the untap. It's really just, do we want to play out Sleep Cursed Fairy here? No, I don't think so. Not attacking with Malcolm might be overly defensive. Cat. Malcolm's dead. Malcolm is deceased, so we'll do this, I think. We're blocking to avoid a blowout, or to try and avoid a blowout where they get to a Monstrous Rage or something could still do it. I mean, the Dreadmaw's Ire could have done it, but yeah, it kind of depends on how they're trying to... We're still dead? Yes, we are quite dead. Dare I say, unsurprising. But we tried. They were running out of cards. If we have like 1 or 2 different cards in hand, the one different thing I maybe should have done that game was get in a Malcolm attack to try to filter away the Sleepy Fairy in hand for bounce or something, but that happens. Sure, we'll keep the sand. Sleepy Fairy. Malcolm can filter, Hall Creeper is Hall Creeper. Cool Duress. Nice multi-six. Oh, develop with the Hall Creeper. Deep Cavern Bat will actually get, I assume, Malcolm? No, they take the Fairy. Interesting. I guess they figure they can block Malcolm. Let's get in with the Hall Creeper and draw a card. That's another land. Hold up the Plumecrete Escort in particular, because if they have spot removal for the Creeper, we would like to blank it. Also might be able to, or like it might be useful to block the Bat. They do know that we have Malcolm. Yeah, I think I prefer Malcolm as attacking in here. Also gets known information out of hand. Do we bounce the Preacher? We don't need to. We don't need to, so we shouldn't. Big Hull Creeper. Discard island, end turn. Do they do things? They do. Plumecreed Escort protects Malcolm. Or tries to, anyway. They might have some more spot removal. Go for the threat on the Plumecreed Escort. We will bounce the Preacher of the Schism back to hand. Cats! We've got cats! This episode is not free of Cats 2019. Spyglass Siren on 1. Cenote Scout for the opponent. Gruel. Whale. Develop with the Hull Creeper. Chip in with the Siren. Opponent plays out a Carplucin Forest. And torch the towers. The Hull Creeper. Torches the Hull Creeper's tower. Delirium. No, I'm good to hear other people have been having success with, like, tempo-y things. Land? My bones! No, my bones! My turbo Xerox deck building theory. No, something else. Hard-hitting question. Spyglass Siren. Oh no. Oh no. The beastie. The 3/3 for 1. It is busy being a 3/3 for 1, and fear of missing out is gonna do no. Not like these. Oh no. Okay. Well, we will try not to die. We bounce the target of the FOMO ability? Rather than the FOMO or whatever, because that potentially lets them replay it and different timings result in us taking more damage. Okay. Okay. Hey, Running Wolfie. Good to see you, good to have you. The question was, how are we feeling about the red ley line getting banned? I get it. It's like, at best, the red ley line was a boring gameplay pattern. Like, it's the most linear and kind of uninteractive version of red that has been in standard in years. I would have liked a little bit more data or something. Just because it feels very prescriptive to me to go like, this is not normal Magic. This is a deviation from what is acceptable good gameplay. And I'm just like, so Shieldred is cool and good, so the Vraska plus Innkeeper's Talent combo is cool and good. Like, there's a bunch of other things in standards that present gameplay problems that arguably deviate from normal Magic. So like, what data are we... yeah, anyway, we get murdered. Good games to the opponent. This hand is cool and good. Where I just like the Hull Creepers and the birds. The Plumecreed Escorts to protect things. Opponent takes a mulligan. Opponent resolves their mulligan, and we play out a Spyglass Siren. Blue-white. I think we take at least a turn to try to develop with the Hull Creepers. Because, like, getting one Hull Creeper down here is very good if it survives and stuff. And then that gives us a little bit of room to like hold up the Plume Creeps to protect the Hall Creeper. Hall Creeper can draw a card and help us avoid getting stuck on 2 mana like the last game, etc, etc. Glass Casket. That is a wild decision. Yeah. Hall Creeper, draw a card, see what we draw. Land. Okay. In that case, Sleep Cursed Fairy, hold up a Plumecrete Escort. Yeah, if we didn't draw land, we probably map token Plumecrete Escort. This says to me that they've got a synthesizer with 49 shiny keys. They've got a synthesizer, and it makes sounds like these. Beep-a-dee-bop-a-dee-beep-beep. Oh, the red synthesizer may have rotated, but I get to keep making extremely obscure comedy song references. Thanks to Simulacrum Synthesizer. Opponent resolving a scry 2 while I take a sip of water. A sip of water resolves. Vibing, moisturized, inner lane, thriving. 1 top, 1 bottom. We might want to bounce the synthesizer. I think, pretty much regardless of what we do, want to play out a Hall Creeper here. We do a Bing Bong. Put some counters on the Hall Creeper. And end the turn. How good is bouncing the synthesizer's pretty good for us. Just kind of depends on if they're doing the synthesizer deck like I would build it with maximum density of artifact triggers, or if they're doing it the way that I think more people do it, which is to say play it like a control deck, which I think is not as good, but is potentially more of an issue for us in this situation. I guess to explain that, well, this is happening. Maximizing the synthesizer triggers just lets you reliably field a really big and scary board, whereas doing the control route means you can have issues clocking the opponent effectively, and I think just doesn't lean into the strength of the card. But anyway. Hovership. Oh, Plumecrete Escort gets to be relevant. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Protect the Hall Creeper. I don't hate bouncing the Construct token as an alternative thing. I guess that does let them block with the Hovership, like Crew in response. That might be okay. Counter or map token, I shouldn't say counter yet. We don't know what's on the top of our deck. It's a land. Elusive Otter. We don't actually need to bounce it, right? We don't have anything it can block yet. 4 attacks. So we can hold up Floodmaw. Take the opponent to 6, resolve Hall Creeper stuff, copy the Sleep Cursed Fairy. We could copy and loop the Hall Creepers. However, we would like to kill them? Question mark. Let's draw a card with this one though. Because we're probably going to kill them. The fail state for this board is, yeah, Sweeper or something. And more cards does a better job avoiding that fail state. Or like losing to that fail state than just making the creeper bigger. Oh, to be so lackadaisical. So relaxed. Enter the Enigma. Okay, so we can make the Otter unblockable for sure. End turn. Bounce a Plumecrete Escort, replay Plumecrete Escort. 4 mana, so they don't sweep unless they We're playing very particular cards. Spring-loaded Saw Blades. That's good, question mark, for us. Like, that does not fix their problems. We could save this Hall Creeper Fairy. Alternatively, we could just drop a sleep or a stun counter off of this Sleep Cursed Fairy, so that this one is still cool and good. Or that, yeah. We're able to still clock them effectively rather than like replay and try to preserve value and yada yada. Yada. Why did I pace out the yada yada yadas like that? Sometimes you just say things weird. Video, live, streamy words. Love to word good. My turn. Enter the enigma on the elusive otter. We should hold up the Into the Flood Maw for the hover ship, because the hover ship is the only thing that can block anything. Do 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 do. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Okay, things are happening. That stuff has happened. So now we go room. Room. And they explode. Good games to the opponent. Falcon. Sure. Developing with 2 otters and an Enter the Enigma seems good. Seems relevant to my interests. Sleight of hand. Let's do this and then sleight of hand for something, because the blocking part of Enter the Enigma is not relevant right now. But it might be next turn. We don't grab a land there because we don't have like an Enduring Curiosity in hand that we're looking to get to, curve out to. Let's do cat. Behold, kitty. Map token. Hey, we get the land. That's good. So we can play out cat. I am concerned that they're a Sunfall deck. We've been lucky avoiding Sunfall so far. That is, aside from aggro decks, probably one of the few cards that we're like afraid of. Beans, yeah, so we're just definitely versus domain. Sorcery speed cat so that we draw 3 cards. This should help avoid that being like a total blowout. 2 Flood Maws is interesting. Leyline Binding. They miss a land drop? They miss a land drop. Oh, they miss a land drop. Bum 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 bum. Hell yeah. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Normally I'd prioritize the Hall Creeper a little bit more, but we have otters on board that really like prowess triggers. Take the fall. Oh no, take the fall is -4 mode because we do have the Siren. I think holding up a Plume Creed Escort and a... do we even need to hold up stuff? Sure. We'll say holding up things is cool and good. Opponent goes to 4. So if they have more spot... Temporary lockdown. Oh no. No way. We can bounce the temporary lockdown and the Leyline Binding. Don't we just bounce both of these at end step? I wasn't even thinking about that. I guess, like, they have beans? Yeah, sorry. So... Also take the fall on the fish, because, I don't know. Yeah, I honestly forgot about Into the Floodmaw's Gift of Fish mode for a second, which we probably could have, like, bounced and freed the cat sooner. But anyway, we get there. Good games to the opponent. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.